Russ Charlier, president here at Central Lakes College, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2022 Central Lakes College Brainerd campus Nursing Associate of Science degree pinning and commencement ceremony. Please stand or remain standing for our national anthem. Thank you so much. Please be seated. Graduation is a time of celebration, and for our graduates, it's a celebration of accomplishments and new beginnings. For our employees, it's a tremendous celebration of student success, and for the many family and friends who are here, it's time to celebrate the accomplishments and recognize the achievements of a son, a daughter, a relative, or a special friend. Our graduates are surrounded by a network of family and friends who have provided encouragement along the way, and we know that they couldn't do it without you. Tonight, we really do come together to celebrate something that is quite profound. You are graduating from college in nursing. Think back to the time that you decided that you wanted to be on this path, and you have arrived. Tonight is about celebrating your accomplishment. And this year, more than ever, we've been thinking a lot about the fact that there is no accomplishment that happens without a tremendous journey before it. And we want to take a few minutes to celebrate that journey. It starts, of course, with the first steps, right? Every journey does. And you decided to go to nursing school. I don't know what you were thinking, honestly. That first step is a giant one, deciding to do what you decided to do. And for many of you, it meant turning your lives upside down, living in new places, changing how you work, when you sleep, right? It was a giant leap. And the fact that you did it tells us all, and I mean this, that you are incredibly brave people. And then I always like to look at the shape of the path. I don't know how it happens, but we get this impression, I believe, in society where we think that paths are just supposed to be straight and predictable. I always think about the Paul Bunyan Trail. If you know that trail in this area, it's a beautiful trail, but in some cases, feels like you can see for miles, like it's flat, it's paved, you're not going to stumble, you know exactly what's on every side, it's predictable. But the paths through life aren't really like that. I mean, maybe yours was. And if it is, I hope, I'm good for you. But I don't know anybody whose path through life looks like that. Most paths look much more like these winding trails through the woods, where when you look ahead, all you see is trees. You stumble along the way, there are roots in the path, and you really can't make decisions until you get around the bend. So we think it's incredibly important to celebrate all the twists and the turns that have happened in your path. It's great to celebrate where you are, but those twists and turns are places where you made a decision or changed your mind, or you navigated a challenge. And there's not a student sitting before us that has not navigated tremendous challenges. This class challenges that we could have never imagined. Certainly dealing with changing learning modalities, finding ways to get through despite worrying about friends and family and their health, adapting to changing protocols, suffering tremendous loss, dealing with mental health, and everything along the way, not to mention studying for nursing, spending so many hours and losing so much sleep. Those twists and turns, the times when you didn't think you could go on, the times when you decided to either change the path or slow down. Some of you stepped off the path for a while, but you came back. Those are the things to celebrate because they tell us, and I hope they tell you, that you truly are resilient, truly. And then finally, it's the difference you make along the way. I often think of this, there's a conservation philosophy, for those of you who like to hike, that says, like, leave no trace. So when you're out in the woods, there should be no evidence that you are there, which makes sense if your goal is to change nothing and conserve and preserve. But when we talk about students coming to CLC, we have no interest in having you preserve the way you are. If we had a philosophy, it would be to blaze a screaming trail. And you have done that in a good way. You very generously have shared with us your gifts, your talents, and your struggles, honestly, openly, and you have helped us become better at supporting students. This college is different because you were all here, and I mean that. We have many resources in place that never would have existed had you not said you needed them. We have changed our entire student experience. So your presence has changed us, and your presence will change everywhere you go in the world. It tells us and you that you really are very, very powerful. So, class of 2022, this is just one of many journeys. You're going to have a lot of them. You're in for a giant one. When you cross the stage, celebrate every minute. I don't care if it's your first graduation or you'll have 6 more. Celebrate this one. And when you have your next journey, and you will, I promise, and when the path is winding, and it probably will be, grab that diploma or that nursing pin and think of it as tangible evidence that you individually are brave, resilient, and powerful. We, as a college, know that you have everything you need to be successful. You will change so many lives. We cannot wait to see what you will accomplish and how the world will be better because you're in it. We're very proud of you. Congratulations. And now it's my pleasure to welcome nursing faculty member Darcy Gaydon.
Well, thank you everybody for being here. We are very happy to celebrate a wonderful occasion. And Hera actually had a nice segue into some of what I'm going to talk about, so that is wonderful. These graduates, we've had the privilege of teaching along with all of the other amazing faculty, and they have been very hardworking and dedicated, smart, funny, and just overall awesome. Okay, that's my favorite word, right, guys? So what I want to talk about is the amazing profession that you've chosen. Being a nurse is truly an honor and a privilege. And you may not be surprised to hear, and some in the audience may not know this, but nurses have been voted as the most trusted profession for 20 years in a row now. So this gives us a wonderful opportunity to touch lives, but is also a big responsibility. We have big shoes to fill. And as our CLC nursing program motto states, we are called to make a positive impact on every life every day. Nurses have also been named among the heroes working the front lines during this pandemic. Nurses and many other healthcare professionals have made a big impact, a positive impact in the lives of many very sick patients. My hat's falling, sorry. But what I want to talk about today is who the real heroes are. You see, most nurses don't consider themselves heroes. Rather, we see our patients and their families as the real heroes. Every patient who is having a difficult time, mentally, physically, emotionally, every patient who is seeking health care, who may be afraid, who may be alone, residents who may be without visitors, and even some patients who may have had to die alone. Our patients are our heroes. We are not nurses needing affirmation for the work we do. We do not need the accolades of being called superheroes in scrubs. We are not working in this profession for the discount at Nike or Lulu or when we buy a car, although that's a great benefit. But we are working as heroes with deep intents that I will describe next. I know you guys love acronyms, so I found it suitable to finish school with the final acronym HERO. I want to share with you how I use HERO to describe you, the class of 2022. So HERO, H, honorable, honest, hardworking, humble, and hearts of gold. One very clear example of honorable was mentioned in a student's philosophy paper. She very nicely stated, being a nurse is honorable. Yes, we are heroes in scrubs, but that's not what makes us honorable. Nurses are honorable because they advocate for their patients in many different situations for a variety of different reasons. This student said, I once witnessed an RN approach a malnourished dementia resident that was not eating their meat and potato dinner. The RN proceeded to take the current tray and replace it with a bowl of cereal. The resident smiled and started eating the cereal. Even though the resident could not advocate verbally, the RN knew her patient and advocated for them. It wasn't about the bowl of cereal, but about how even small ways to advocate can make a difference. Hardworking. You've proven this in school. Continue to work hard for the betterment of your patient's care. You are great team members. You've demonstrated this with your peers and your nursing cohort family. Teamwork makes the dream work. Stay humble. Being humble about what we know and what we don't know is essential. We are learning and growing as persons and as professionals always. So don't adopt the know-it-all attitude. Learn from your coworkers, and most importantly, learn from your patients. The E stands for energetic, empathetic, exceptional educators and communicators, and of course, evidence-based practice committed. One student shared a perfect example of how care, compassion, and empathy is at the heart of what we do. She stated, I believe the core of nursing is service to others. I see being a nurse as my hands doing the work of my heart. It is about always giving each patient dignity and grace. Another student shared a wise comment about being energetic. She stated, I want to always be energetic towards my work with no expectation of anything in return. And of course, we know that you are committed to educating your patients and their families so that they are at the center of their care and decision making. You are most definitely energetic, empathetic, and exceptional. The R stands for respectful, rich with knowledge, and ready to learn. Always remember to speak with compassion and respect and promote dignity. Patients will know that you care when you speak and act with sincerity. Respect for others can go a long way. You are rich with knowledge, and you are ready to learn more. You are intelligent, so trust your knowledge and trust your intuition. Always be ready to learn more because it is a lifetime commitment in this profession. And be ready also to teach and mentor the new RNs and the nursing students because you know what it was like to be in their shoes. And so we hope that you make it an exceptional experience for them. The O, lastly, stands for open-minded, observant, optimistic, and offers self. We've talked a lot about being open-minded and being non-judgmental. Our mission is to always care for others if they were our own family and friends. Remember this always. Speak up and do the right thing if you do not see this happening. A wise student shared in their nursing philosophy, "I will strive to avoid labeling patients or jumping to judgments, but rather be intentional about empathizing with their situation. Be observant, have a watchful eye, rapid cues, priority assessments." Does this sound familiar? You got this. And finally, promote optimism. Positivity spreads like wildfire. Be that for your patients and be that for your team that you're working with. So nurses and nursing heroes, as we know, are dedicated to what's right and are committed to making it happen. I am certain of the amazing futures you all have ahead. You have proven to be quite a determined group, which tells me that you are up for the challenges of whatever is ahead. We know you will do exceptional things, and you heard it first here, everybody. This determined class decided that everyone is passing NCLEX on their first time. So we are making history in 2022. Go get them, guys. We love you. And, of course, Julie is our hoot and a holler kind of gal, so she is going to sum this speech up. Great job, everybody. All right. So next, I would like to invite Sarah Gaffney, Gracie Johnson, and Brina Bergstaller, 3 of our students in this class, up to the podium to share a few words.
Thank you, Darcy. What wonderful words. To Brina, 2002 is inscribed on the bottom of my small ceramic Christmas globe, written in permanent marker in my mom's handwriting. Just as others write the year on the back of their printed photos, my mom has always written the numeric year depicting when items were brought into our home. It has always put a smile on my face when I pick up a decoration and find this writing on the bottom. It reminds me of a time I have only been told about, like my first Christmas. From here, I can see the clay tile I made in 3rd grade and the photo album that was just put together last year. The markings were never about the literal year, but instead about the memories, seasons, and stories attached to them. That's what puts a smile on my face. Every day, as I reach into my crammed closet, I glance at the blue corduroy FFA jacket hanging at the back of my wardrobe madness. Embroidered on the left-hand side is my name and position, but what's truly stitched into the jacket are stories and memories of places I went while wearing it. The jacket reminds me of friendships I made and the opportunities I had, leading and teaching fellow students about the significance of agriculture in today's modern world. Yet, as high school ended, so did that season, and the jacket came off. Each of us has put on and taken off such jackets. Think about our lab tags and our lab jackets. I know each of you also has an object or a photo that gave you the courage to keep pushing toward your dreams. You too have an item you have used and a handed-down tool that got you through the toughness of getting to where you want to be. All of us have kept these objects as a reminder of the full picture of how far we've come, where we've been, and where we are still to go. I remember back to my first semester of nursing school. I was stressed to the max, taking way too many classes, as well as working as a nursing assistant. That semester, my boyfriend Jacob gifted me my first stethoscope, with my name beautifully engraved on it. Even though I was focused on the challenges of nursing school, I had the chance to look forward to the future. Someday soon, those long days and studying for hours would pay off. Someday soon, I would place that stethoscope around my neck and be a real nurse. Today, we share a treasured moment that can't necessarily be written on with a permanent marker. Today is about our education, about the things we have learned and the people we have learned with. Education is a beautiful combination of knowledge and skills. It's the path we took to get us to our next adventure. Today, we move from student to graduate. We are now caretakers, team members, educators, listeners, advocates. We are now nurses. As we remember this moment, we will reminisce in the laughter of shared memories, the handshakes with faculty and staff as we thank them, the embrace of our friends and our family, and the farewells we exchange with those who were on this journey with us. From my heart, I congratulate you.
All right, so we were put in charge of the thank yous. I am not really a written down script type of person, more kind of a go with the flow, fly by the seat of my pants type of gal. I would like to start off the thank yous by taking a moment. A lot of myself and my classmates have lost someone who was very important to them during this time. So I'd like to start by thanking those people who inspired us and pushed us while we still had them with us. Next thank you is to our faculty and staff. Now, in nursing school, we love mnemonics, we love analogies, we love little memory tricks and tips to help us work through things. And a really common one that we've heard numerous times came from our director, Sheila. Mush and push. And as I was thinking about how I was gonna thank all of these amazing staff members who helped us, I thought, we have staff members who are a little more mush and a little more push. The people who are mush are, there is a supportive shoulder, a little more laid back, help us work through stuff on our own. And then we have people who push us to learn, push us to excel, and push us to get better every day. In order to be successful, we need both. So thank you all so much for everything you've done. I would also like to thank family members. You have seen a lot of stuff, from mental breakdowns, stresses that you can't quite understand, emotional ups and downs, studying for tests. You have been on this journey with us, and without all of you, I wouldn't be sitting here, and I think that applies to a lot of my classmates as well. So thank you.
So following after Sarah with thanking our staff, I want to thank you, each and one of you personally, for sitting with us when we're coming to your classes, crying after we knew we failed that exam and we didn't know if we were fit for nursing after. I want to thank each and every one of you for encouraging us to go beyond our limits. I want to thank each and every one of you for teaching us how to be great nurses. We will cherish you forever, and I promise we will make you proud. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words. I think you can see that we have extraordinary students and extraordinary colleagues making a tremendous difference in the world. So tonight, we honor and celebrate every member of the class of 2022. They have worked, as you've heard, diligently to get to this point. Graduating with honor, however, signifies truly outstanding academic achievement, and those who have earned academic honors wear either a silver or gold cord as part of their academic regalia. Can I please ask all students graduating with honor at any level to please stand? Let's congratulate these exceptionally performing students. Thank you. Be seated. And now for the highlight of the event, the reason you're here, the presentation of degrees and nursing pins. At this time, I'd like to ask Julie Wojtala, maybe with a whoop and a holler, Joy Bridewell, Karina Kabliska, Peggy Ryder, and Dean Dave Endicott to please come forward to present the academic awards and nursing pins.
Candidates for degrees, diplomas, and certificates will now come forward for the presentation and conferring ceremonies. Ushers will guide the graduates forward.
Leave mine up here too then. Are they supposed to have their person come? How are we doing that?
Oh, yeah. Ask them to have the person come over, whoever's pinning on.
If you are pinning one of our graduates, could you please join them over on the side now? So we'll have everybody go at one time. She's pinning Jim. So she's wondering if she should go down there. All right, let's get this party started. First up, Abby Andrea. Abby is being pinned by her mom, Angela. She would like to thank her family, friends, and instructors for helping her along this journey of becoming a nurse. Abby's future plans, she has accepted a position at Cuyuna Regional Medical Center on the Med-Surg unit, and she plans on continuing her education to get her BSN through Capella. Samantha Barg. Samantha is being pinned by her fiance, Matthew Klein. She would like to thank all the nursing educators for providing her with all the tools needed for success and motivating her to keep pushing her way through to the end. Thank you to heavily caffeinated beverages for keeping her alert and orientated ×4, and power naps when she needed to recharge. Most of all, thank you for her amazing fiance, Matthew. Thank you for sticking with her through all the mood swings and stress related to nursing school. We did it. Next step, NCLEX. Samantha's future plans are to start working at Essentia Health Brainerd on the second floor surgical unit, and she's getting married in October. Jennifer Berg. Jennifer is being pinned by her husband, Trent Berg. She would like to thank her husband, Trent, for always being her biggest cheerleader and encouraging her every day, as well as her parents for their never-ending love and support. Jennifer's future plans are to continue her nursing career at the St. Cloud Emergency Trauma Center. Brina Bergstaller. Brina is being pinned by her younger sister, Karina Bergstaller. Karina hopes to also someday be a nurse like her older sister. Both Brina and Karina pinned their older sister, Lindsay, at her pinning ceremony about 8 years ago. Brina would like to thank her sisters for always finding something to laugh about and to make the moments brighter and even more memorable. She would like to thank her parents, Brent and Tina, for always being so supportive. Thank her sister, Lindsay, for being such a good role model and encouraging her to become a nurse. Thank her boyfriend, Jacob, for taking the time to listen to her nursing school stories. And a big thank you to all of her family and the nursing faculty who have helped her to get to graduation day. Brina's future plans are to be working at the Aiken Riverwood Hospital upon graduation, and she will be starting the RN to BSN program at Southwest Minnesota State University in the fall. She's excited to start her journey as a nurse and hopes to someday reach her goal of becoming an oncology nurse. Too much to read. Tanya DeRozier. Tanya is being pinned by her mom, Sandy Bestel. She would like to thank her family and friends for the love and support during this journey. This is for Dallery. Tanya's future plans are to be working at the CRMC Care Center, and she hopes to move into a manager role. On behalf of your graduating class, Tanya, and the faculty of the nursing program here at CLC, we are doing an honorary recognition today for Dallery, who passed away before she could live out her dream of finishing her education to become a nurse. Dallery would have graduated today alongside her mother, Tanya. Here is a bouquet of flowers in honor of your daughter. Charlie Dyson. Charlie is being pinned by her boyfriend's sister, Abby Likefall. She would like to thank Abby, who got her started in nursing, her family, and the wonderful friends in this program that she's gotten to know for helping her get through this nursing program. Charlie's future goal is to end up working in pediatrics at some point. She would like to start at the clinic to gain some experience. Stephanie Eastman. Stephanie is being pinned by her husband, Jake Eastman. She is thankful for her family and her husband who helped her get through the homestead part of nursing school. Most importantly, thankful for the nursing faculty, both LPN and RN, who helped her obtain the knowledge of nursing throughout both programs. Her future plans are to complete her master's program, long-term NP, and urgent care. Anna Eigen. Anna is being pinned by her mother, Peggy. She would like to thank her friends and family for supporting her through this journey and for always inspiring her. Her future plans are to work as an RN at the St. Cloud Hospital in the float pool. Will Erickson. Will is being pinned by his mother, Jill Lechner. He would like to thank Alex for encouraging him to pursue a nursing career, his mom and Sydney for pushing him to succeed, and Ron for inspiring him to work hard and never give up. Will's future plans is to start his BSN in the fall and hopefully work at Essentia, hopefully eventually in the ER. Sarah Gaffney. Sarah is being pinned by her mother, Bethany Amble. She would like to thank her family, her fiance, her kiddos, and her friends for all being so supportive of her and her journey. Sarah's future plans are to work at Riverwood Healthcare Center as a new grad and train as an OB nurse as soon as possible. She hopes to continue on with her education to obtain her BSN and her certified nurse midwife. Araya Garland. Araya is being pinned by her mother, Gretchen. She would like to thank her parents for supporting her in completing her degree and becoming a first-generation college graduate, as well as her professors for pushing her to be the best nurse she can be. Her future plans, she has accepted a full-time contract at the University of Minnesota Fairview in Edina on the neuroscience unit. She plans on continuing her education and completing her master's in nursing and becoming a nurse practitioner. Emma Grunwald. Emma is being pinned by her grandma Joan. She would like to thank the instructors and her family for helping her get through nursing school. She'd also like to thank Loco Express for keeping her caffeinated. Emma's future plans is to move to South Dakota and work on a med-surg unit. She will go out and get her BSN in the fall.
Jamie Hansen. Jamie is being pinned by her amazing wife, Sarah. She would like to thank her friends and family for their endless support, their understanding when she canceled plans, their willingness to listen when she was stressed and needed to vent, and for celebrating with her today. Jamie's future plans, she has already accepted a position at Essentia in Brainerd on the medical floor and has also been accepted to the BSN program at Bemidji State University and will begin classes this fall. Emma Hardy. Emma is being pinned by Julie Waitala, Emma's godmother. She is thankful for her friend Kendra, who offered encouragement and reminded her that it's okay to take a break sometimes. She appreciates her boyfriend for his patience and support when she was stressed. She is thankful for her family, who always stood behind her in her journey growing up and moving on to college and now a career. Emma's future plans are to work a year or so before going back to school to get her BSN. When she gets hired, she would like to try a couple different jobs in nursing, maybe spend a while in the float pool. After a while of gaining experience, she wants to eventually end up in labor and delivery. Woohoo! Michaela Hart. Michaela is being pinned by her clinical instructor, Karina Kabliska. She wants to thank Tracy Kostek for being the best study partner around and becoming her best friend. She has grown to have a huge group of loving and wonderful friends throughout this program. She also wants to thank the huge family support it took for her to get here. Without the support at home with 5 kids, this would have not been possible for her. Thank you, everyone, for everything. Michaela's future plans are she will begin her nursing career at Essentia Health St. Joe's. She plans on continuing her education through Bemidji State University and see where it leads from there. Kirsten Heschke. Kirsten is being pinned by her mother, Grace. Kirsten is thankful for her mom and grandmothers for getting her through the program and all of her family and the instructors for their support and encouragement. Her future plans are continuing her education and getting her BSN. She wants to work in med-surg. Gracie Johnson. Gracie is being pinned by her father, Sean Johnson. She would also like to thank her parents for always pushing her to achieve her dreams, her significant other and his family for being a big support through nursing school, her instructors for never giving up on her, and her study buddies, Sarah and Casey, for always keeping her accountable. Gracie's future plans, she has accepted a job at Riverwood Healthcare Center, starting on the med-surg floor with the goal to transition into OB. Her educational goal is to complete her bachelor's degree and then pursue her biggest goal in becoming a certified nurse midwife. Yay! Callie Johnson. Callie is being pinned by her grandpa, Newt. She would like to thank her mother, grandparents, and boyfriend for all of their support, reassurance, and love that they have provided her throughout her nursing school journey. She would also like to thank Darcy, Joy, Sheila, Heather, Julie, Jill, and all of the other nursing faculty she has had the opportunity to learn and work with over the last 2 years. She is so blessed to have had all of your support and guidance throughout this journey. Thank you. Callie's future plans, she has accepted an RN position at Mayo Clinic in Rochester in their cardiovascular intensive care unit. She is also planning to go back to school to obtain her BSN degree in the spring of 2023. Corey Kaufman. Corey is being pinned by her mother, Jane Kaufman. She would like to thank her family and friends for their encouragement and support through the program. Corey's future plans are she will be starting as a nurse in the Emergency Trauma Center in St. Cloud. She plans to go back to school in the spring for her bachelor's in nursing. Marvin Kaiser. Don't do that. Marvin is being pinned by his stepmom, Karen Kaiser. He offers special thanks to Joy, Cindy, Jill, and Darcy for making this experience something pleasant to remember. His future plans are to work in long-term care until he passes his NCLEX and then work for the VA and earning his bachelor's degree. Chelsea Clanderud. Chelsea is being pinned by her husband, Eric. She would like to thank her husband who put up with her attitude for 9 months, her parents and Leah for persistently reminding her that she could do this, and lastly, Caribou Coffee for providing her with temporary productivity and hope. Her future plans are to work in med-surg to get experience and later transition into OB, planning to complete a BSN program within the next 2 years. Tracy Kostek. Tracy is being pinned by Karina Kabliska, nursing faculty. She wants to thank her wonderful family for enduring all the ups and downs with her, and Michaela for being the best study partner. It meant the world to her knowing that she had such incredible support and so many people praying for her success. Tracy's future plans are that she is going to continue on for her bachelor's. She's unsure of which school yet, but leaning towards Bemidji State, and then from there she will pursue her wound care license. Heather Milroy. Heather is being pinned by her husband, Jason. Heather would like to thank her mom, her husband, Jason, her friends from church, Pat and Brian, her favorite RN and friend, Sue Ellen, and her best friend, Danielle. She wants to thank all her friends and family for the endless support while she has been in school the past 2 years, especially her husband for supporting her through all the tears shed over the select all that apply questions and all her answers that were correct but not the most correct. Heather's future plans are to continue working as a surge tech casually, and she has also accepted a full-time RN position on med-surg in Deer River. Catherine Nesbitt. Catherine is being pinned by her father, Ben Sawyer. She would like to thank her husband and parents for picking up all her slack and for their endless support and encouragement through this nursing school journey. Her children for their love and understanding all the times she had to say, "Mommy can't right now, she has to study." Her study crew for pushing her through when she was exhausted and discouraged. And finally, she wants to thank all her instructors for sharing all their knowledge, instilling their passion, and their dedication to creating excellent nurses. Catherine's plans are to get her BSN and then work towards her master's and CRNA in the future. Gloria Yakwa. How'd I do it? Gloria is being pinned by her father, Seth Akoto. She is thankful for all of her professors. Gloria states, "You have all been amazing." To Darcy for always having audio PowerPoints and to always going above and beyond to answer questions. To Jill for having such passion in teaching OB. I am now highly interested in going into OB because of you, so thank you. To Sheila, I will always remember to say dyspnea instead of SOB. To Julie for instilling confidence in me during clinicals and for always reassuring me that I am doing great. I can't forget Jennifer for all the times I would message you to open the lab for me to practice in. I really appreciate that. Lastly, to my fellow classmates for always making learning fun and taking the time to study with me at times. You know who you are. Thank you. Gloria's future plans are to work in a hospital, OB preferably, but will do med-surg for some experience as well. She hopes to one day become a nurse practitioner and to be able to travel and help those in need.
Catherine Quast. Catherine is being pinned by her mom, Vicki Thayer. She would like to thank and acknowledge her mom, Vicki Thayer, and her boyfriend, Caleb Cherney. Catherine's future plans are to attend Moorhead State in the fall in hopes of getting her BSN. Joni Robin. Joni is being pinned by her husband, Tim Robin. She would like to say a thank you to the nursing instructors that helped her to achieve this goal. Your advice and wisdom will not be forgotten. Lysandra, without you, she wouldn't be here. You are a blessing sent directly from God, and she cherishes you more than you know. To her kids, thank you for putting up with her being unavailable and for your constant understanding and support. Tim, you are the one that kept her grounded. Thank you for always reminding her to take things one step at a time and for being her biggest fan. She loves you. Joni's future plans are to work in the geriatric population with an emphasis on mental health. Morgan Ross. Morgan is being pinned by her mother, Nicole Bassett. She would like to give a huge thank you to her peers, instructors, family, and friends who have all stood by her side and cheered her on during the most difficult times. She gave birth to her first child in March of 2021 and went through a lot of complications and heartache afterward. In November 2021, her father passed away. She's been through a lot of turmoil during the nursing program, and she is so glad she never gave up. Morgan believes God has a plan for all of us, plans to give us hope and a future. Jeremiah 21, verse 11. Morgan's wishes for all of her peers graduating today is to never lose hope. God created you for this very moment. Your purpose and passion for nursing is going to change an incredible amount of lives. Let's be sure to leave a positive, graceful impact on every single one of the future lives we care for. Thank you. Her future plans, it's to enroll into the RN to BSN program at Bemidji State University and then go on to receive her nurse practitioner license. She would prefer to work either in labor and delivery, mental health, or in the emergency department as a registered nurse. Now you can clap. Katie Rude. Katie is being pinned by her mother and her daughter, Denise Shadow and Jackson Rude. She would like to thank all of you instructors. She would also like to thank her daughter, Jackson, who has sacrificed just as much, if not more, than she has. Jackson has been a trooper through this entire time. And last, her mom, as she has talked me through so many breakdowns and tears. Katie's future plans are to work at Good Samaritan Woodland as a unit manager. She will go on for her BSN in a year or so. Jennifer Schutte. Jennifer is being pinned by her fiancé, Tim Mazo. She would like to thank her family and fiancé for supporting her over the last 2 years. Jennifer's future plans, she will be starting as a corrections nurse at the Crow Wing and Wadena County jails. Olivia Stockinger. Olivia is being pinned by her mother, Shelley. She would like to thank her family for all their support throughout her journey. Olivia's future plans are that she has been accepted as a position in labor and delivery at the St. Cloud Hospital. She will also be continuing her education at BSU in the fall. Ashlyn Strandberg. Ashlyn is being pinned by her mother, Alicia. She would like to thank her family for supporting her through nursing school and the nursing faculty for all the great knowledge they have provided her. Ashlyn's future plans are to work in pediatric home care and getting her BSN. Emily Tratania. Emily is being pinned by her boyfriend, Joseph McDonald. She would like to thank her parents, Francine and Glenn, her sisters, Hannah and Sophia, her boyfriend, Joe, and her friends for supporting her throughout the program. Emily's future plans are after graduation, she plans to move to the cities where she has accepted a job at Abbott Northwestern Hospital on their cardiac ICU step-down telemetry unit. After a short summer break, she will also be going on to complete her BSN through St. Scholastica. Skylar Uselman. Skylar is being pinned by her fiancé, Dylan Everson. She would like to thank her family, friends, and instructors for supporting her and pushing her to be her best throughout this journey. Skylar's future plans are to work at a dermatologist clinic and receive her license in Botox and filler. Janelle Van Alst. Janelle is being pinned by Sheila Hain, faculty member. She states that she is so blessed to have so many people to thank. Her parents, co-workers, her husband, and children for being so supportive and encouraging. Cheryl, Julie, Cindy, Tara, Jill, Peggy, Darcy, Sheila, Vicky, and Karina for pushing her out of her comfort zone, filling her with positive thoughts, encouraging her to take every opportunity to practice skills, and making her not want to quit. Janelle's future plans are to work as an RN at Lakewood Health System while earning her BSN, obtaining her public health certificate, then exploring the needs and opportunities in global health. She also plans to spend a lot of time at Costco so she can shop with Sheila. And at the airport so she can have Bloody Marys with Darcy. Casey Vang. Casey is being pinned by her husband, Peter. She would like to thank her family and friends, especially her husband, Peter. He took a leap of faith with her when she decided to move halfway across the country from California to attend CLC's nursing program. She would also like to thank her study buddies and instructors for encouraging and pushing her to be the best nurse that she can be. Casey's future plans are to move back to California to be by her family and pursue her nursing career there after she takes her NCLEX. Kalana Wilson. Kalana is being pinned by her mom, Lori. She would like to thank her grandma, Annabelle, and her mom, Lori, for showing her the definition of strength. Her husband and kids for their support and understanding and their attempts to be quiet during timed Kaplan tests. Her friend Jenny for fielding endless questions about what it's really like to be an RN, and Janelle for their numerous curbside debriefings during third semester. Kalana's future plans are to be an awesome hospice nurse and pursue a bachelor's with public health nurse and ELNEC, End of Life Nursing Education Consortium certification. Cassandra Wisely. Cassandra is being pinned by her mother, Alicia Wisely Peterson. Cass has so many people she wants to thank, but first and foremost is her mother, Alicia, who has been her inspiration and her shoulder to cry on. She is also thankful for all of her sisters and her brother who have been her biggest supporters, and to them for listening to her never-ending medical talk. Cass has an incredible group of coworkers in the ER at CRMC. Terry, Jalida, and Andrew. She would also like to thank Dr. Dugan, Dr. Elm, and Dr. Schluter for always being willing to teach me. Thank you to my nursing faculty who have educated me and molded me into the nurse I am becoming. Thank you to my classmates, especially my cohort, for the laughter, sarcasm, and growth over the last 2 years. Her future plans are, for this summer, to serve as the base nurse for an organization called Student Reach. This is based out of Vicente Guerrero on the Baja Peninsula of Mexico. Sorry, Cass. This organization brings a group of 50 to 75 volunteers a week to do house builds and medical outreach. She is not committed to an RN position on return from Mexico, but her long-term goal is to work in a level 1 trauma emergency department. She would also like to become certified as a SANE nurse. Oh, SANE, sane, but also sane.
Will all candidates for graduation please rise? President Charlier, the faculty of Central Lakes College has certified that these candidates meet all requirements for the Associate of Science degree in nursing.
Upon recommendation of the Central Lakes College faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Minnesota State Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the Associate of Science degree in nursing, to which you are entitled with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining. Let's give them a big round of applause. And now, to signify the receipt of your degree, you may move the tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. One more time, let's congratulate the Central Lakes College 2022 graduates. You may be seated. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Jill and Darcy to present the faculty awards.
The award that I am here to present is the Academic Excellence Award. As you have heard and as you know, supporting your graduates, this is a very rigorous academic program. We have a very strong group overall, so lots of people deserving, but we actually do have two people that were essentially tied very high at the top of their class. We do take the average of both the third and fourth semester 6-credit courses, which is kind of their biggest med-surg theory course. So I am happy to award this actually to two students this year, and this award goes to Kalana Wilson and Janelle Van Alts. Good job, ladies. Come on up. While they're coming up, and again, good job, ladies, and good job to the whole entire class, honestly, for your hard work. But I also am going to acknowledge one of our scholarships, and this is on behalf of the CLC Foundation in memory of Shirley Lofquist. It's the Shirley Lofquist Memorial Scholarship. Shirley Lofquist was a well-respected and loved nursing instructor and colleague to all who had the privilege of knowing her. She was a dedicated nursing instructor at CLC for 26 years prior to her untimely death in June of 2016. CLC nursing faculty, as well as Shirley's family, are committed to honoring all that Shirley has done for nursing, the nursing profession, and her impact on teaching and mentoring thousands of new registered nurses. So nursing faculty contribute to this fund as a way to keep Shirley's amazing spirit with us here at CLC. And this year, the Shirley Lofquist Memorial Scholarship was awarded to Kalana Wilson.
Hello. Every semester we nominate students for the Clinical Excellence Awards. These nominees are picked by the clinical nursing faculty. To be considered for this award, the student must exhibit the following criteria as set by our nursing faculty that reflect the high standards of our profession. They must have a GPA in the nursing program of 3.0 or higher, demonstrate application of theory to practice, excel at using the nursing process, use therapeutic communication skills, consistently come prepared to clinical, submit quality written work related to clinical, use professional communication and behaviors, be able to organize and prioritize care appropriately, use evidence-based practice in caring for clients and families, and consistently use clinical experience as an educational opportunity. This semester we have picked 4 outstanding and well-deserved students to receive this award. When your name is read, please come on up to stage to receive your award. Our first recipient is Araya Garland. Araya is a bright young woman that has pushed through personal struggles to accomplish so much. She is always organized, engaged in clinical, and longs to be challenged. Every nurse that Araya worked with raved about her wealth of knowledge and her ability to apply that knowledge at the bedside. She always went the extra mile to understand the complexities of her clients and made every client feel well cared for. Araya was always prepared and gave her best every day and with every interaction at Clinical, whether it was with a client, staff member, instructor, or one of her peers. Congratulations, Araya. You can if you want, sure. The next recipient is Stephanie Eastman. Stephanie is a true leader who leads by example. Her LPN experience was evident. She exhibited immense growth, poise, confidence, and authentic caring. She is thoughtful, caring, and always used exceptional critical thinking. She would take the extra time to critically think through her client's situation and easily connect theory to clinical work. Stephanie's peers would go to her for questions, and she readily helped them out. She even sought them out to see if they needed help when she had downtime. She always would strive to do her best, whether it be hands-on care or the required paperwork. She is the whole package. Congratulations, Stephanie. Our next recipient is Abby Andrea. Abby is a quiet but strong nursing student. She is so kind. Her paperwork was exceptional, and she has shown great growth at the bedside. Abby never complained or made excuses for the work that was asked of her. She put 100% into her studies, and it showed while she was at Clinical. Abby has a gift in providing skilled and proficient client-centered care. She is extremely sweet and calm, and her clients rave about her and the care she gives. She worked hard, was efficient, and always did her best. Congratulations, Abby. Our fourth recipient is Gracie Johnson. Gracie has grown into an excellent clinical student. She was the first person to arrive at Clinical and the last to leave. She applied the nursing process in her clinical practice, consistently turned in high-quality work, and was always well prepared for every day of Clinical. Gracie prioritized patient care and was caring, compassionate, and confident in her bedside skills with patients and families at all times. Gracie is a leader and a mentor to her peers. She would go out of her way to help a fellow student or patient. It was a pleasure to work with Gracie each clinical day. Congratulations, Gracie.
Well, everyone, I get to do the final words for you. And you thought my last lecture was it. Yeah? This ceremony is for you, as well as your loved ones, but also allows the faculty to savor in your accomplishments. It is a very proud moment to see students succeed and to reach their goals. As you go to your chosen areas of practice, always remember the impressions of what your patients thank you for. You will observe that there will be predominant themes to those meaningful verbal and written thank yous that you will receive, including sincere gratitude for just the little things you do for them. Sounds like clinical to my clinical team, huh? I am grateful for the path you have chosen in nursing because after seeing many of you fully embrace acting in your roles at the recent collaborative simulation, I realize how many of you would have been very successful in the career in theater. And I won't mention names, Skylar or Gloria, but I will say there was some exceptional acting that went on. They totally embraced their roles. Unlike many careers, options for RNs are in full abundance, including care, practicing, of course, at the bedside, which many of you will choose, but in management and leadership, research, informatics, consulting, and of course, education, to name a few. The majority of you will begin at the bedside, providing direct care to our patients. The importance of answering a call light promptly, always speaking compassionately, offering something to drink or to moisten the patient's mouth without them asking, placing a phone within reach or by their ear when they're unable to do it themselves, or simply just taking the time to hold their hand will be heartfelt by so many, if not nearly all of them. Many patients recall, even years later, the time you were simply just present for them. That's a very important message I want to leave with you. Lastly, to each of you, I'd like to stress that whatever field of nursing you choose to pursue, do not ever forget the little things for your patients. Mentor them, share your knowledge, listen to them, educate them, and always invoke the importance of prioritizing the compassion and the nurse presence that you all do so well in the practice that you perform. Congratulations to each of you, once our students, but now our colleagues and our peers. We wish you every success in all your endeavors. And then lastly, I do have Cheryl Austin, who will be coming forth to give us the Nightingale Pledge. Following there, you are all invited for refreshments down in the cafeteria. So Cheryl Austin, good luck, everyone. Okay. I should have gotten it up.
If you could please rise, and if there are any nurses in the gymnasium, please rise also to say the pledge. It's on the back of your program. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. With loyalty will I endeavor to aid the physician in his work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Yay!
Yeah, I do. No, I'll stand on it. Okay. This concludes our ceremony, and we invite you to the cafeteria for refreshments to continue the celebration of these extraordinary students.